project is going to be, we're going to make a keg line washer out of a small Chapin Beach bleach and disinfectant sprayer. I think that was under $10. I'm going to use a soda cap carbonator for the other piece, a couple hose clamps. That should do the trick. Of course, this beer line cleaner, there's different kinds, but tools, probably need a pliers and a nut driver. So I'm going to get this apart, and I've seen another YouTuber do this, and I don't recall what his name was. He used a different type of sprayer. I know you can buy some of these, but I wanted to see if we could do it cheaper. And the thing about it is the sprayers that we're buying looked like they were cheap anyhow and didn't work the best anyhow. So I figured might as well go this route. I found this one at my local hardware store, in this case big box store, Menards. Like any sprayer, we have our wand and all that great stuff, so I'm just gonna get that out. The pressure warning, okay, whatever, we all kind of know what that is. So get this out of the bag, put that away over there. And I watched a couple videos on this, so I'm going to see if I can do it. Nothing exciting. Here's our wand, here's our piece. And in theory, we should do what? Be able to take this apart, like so, unscrew that. Not a biggie. Probably won't need that. And this one actually has... This one's actually put together on here, so that actually won't work to unscrew it. But, and of course, that's a threaded piece on this guy. And I don't see any benefit of using this. So we need a hose link, basically. And I don't know if this guy will turn off. Kind of doubting it. Maybe. Try that first. No. So I'm going to get something to cut this. I'm going to cut this off. Put this in my soda thing. So if I wreck it, I wreck it. I guess I'm out. But that's the idea. So I'll be right back. Alright. So another tool was needed. I just grabbed a tin stip. I'm going to take that in. I'm going to take my tin stip. All or nothing here. Goodbye that piece, cut that off. Obviously I'm going to need all this, so I'm just going to put this into the pump right away, get it out of my way. It's like assembling any garden sprayer, lawn sprayer, nothing big, nothing exciting there. Okay, so we got that end cut off, nice and clean, eliminated that part. Not going to use the spray wand. Maybe that fits another sprayer. This is junk. That's probably junk too, unless I use it for another sprayer. So on my soda cap, so stainless carbonation cap, beer fruit juicer, made in China. Imagine that one. This one's a Ferrero Day, I believe is how you say that. Got it off of Amazon. It cost me about 10 bucks. So I think I'm in this for 20 bucks. Hose clamps, 3 of them, I think were... or 4 of them, sorry, were like $3. The soda cap too, kind of nice here. I'm looking, geez, they don't short you on O-rings. It looks like there's an extra 6 O-rings. Not that O-rings are expensive. So now the trick, make sure I have my hose clamp on there, and I got a ways to go. So I got a nut driver here, and I'm gonna tighten that down a little. Because obviously we would need a seal. And we're getting close. So I'm going to insert my barb in here. And of course I went a little too far. And the barb is going in fairly easy. If it's not, honestly, take a little keg lube and call it good. So basically what we're creating here is a keg post. Still too tight. Loosen him up. Make sure that's up and tight. And what I'm doing there, I'm just putting a hose clamp on the end of my carbonation piece. I'm tightening that down really nice. I actually have quite a bit of extra metal since I got a tin snips. I'm gonna watch that fling. Maybe not. Wow, that's a first. I think you probably not necessary step, but I'm gonna cut a little piece of that off. It'll give me less piece, less hook. But here we go. So in theory, we tighten this guy up. And we should build pressure. Leaking somewhere. Probably not necessary, but I don't think you can hear that. But that's one trick too. This comes apart. So that was my leak there, but that comes apart to clean. In my application, it's not going to matter because, well, it's going to be sanitizer. Okay. Now we built up some pressure. So that works. So what I'm going to do next is try this thing out. So trying to get my hose unkinked here, that drives me nuts. But this should be a simple, easy keg washer. So there you have it. I'm going to fill this with BLC, beer line cleaner, and I will test it out. And I'll let you know how it works. So I'm going to go downstairs, get everything lined up, and I'll be back. Alright, we should be set up. You should be able to see the kegerator, so I'm going to open that, but I want to double check. What I did is I'm going to check, make sure you can see this, and then I'll be right back with you. And yeah, you can. So I'm obviously on the back side of this, but I'm going to do a little adjustment. What you see there is my drip tray. You can see on my keg lines, and that's all hooked up. I put a little Velcro tab underneath that to keep that working, so I think that'll work well. Here is my system that I built. So we're going to take a little keg lube. It's amazing how a little keg lube makes all this work so much nicer. So I got my keg lines wounded up, which in theory is fine, but I'm just going to let them, and I don't know, my floor is clean, and the ball valves aren't really getting anything there. And then I got to kind of remember which taps I did. And so I'm just going to go through and, what is this, number 1 tap, and hook him up. So should just go on really simple, and that's not pressurized yet. There you go. So hopefully we can see that, and I'm going to make sure you can, so I'm going to lay that down there. I'm going to give you a better visual here. So here is basically our setup. So what you can see is I got my shank set up to my faucets. I got a keg line here and all hooked up into my soda piece. So the next part of this, what are we going to do? Obviously we need to pressurize that tank and let it go. So I'm going to put you back up on the tripod. And I'm thinking that should be good. I hope so. So I'm going to get a little pressure and I'm going to go grab a cup actually quick. I don't have anything down here but glass stuff. So I'm going to find a plastic piece to put under there and I'll be right back with you. Okay, so I'm back. I just grabbed a little bowl. And yeah, I know I could use that, but I don't really want to make a mess there. And I gotta figure out what I need to actually do this. Sorry, I'm looking at my phone at the same time. But I'm going to pump this up and see what we got. And we are working. Hopefully we can see that. Okay, my faucet's closed, everybody. There, my faucet is open. As you can see, as we got more pressure. So it does what it's supposed to do. So I'm happy with that. And I'm new to these faucets also, so I don't know quite how they work. So that's pressurized. I'm just going to leave. That's a creamer function on these faucets. So I'm just going to leave this sit. It's pressurized. We can actually give a couple more pumps. I don't know if it has to be ridiculous pressure. But obviously there's keg cleaner in the line. They say go to 15 minutes to circulate it. So I'm going to do 15 minutes. And just leave it sit in there as it is because there's chemical in there and we'll circulate it a little bit. These are brand new lines, so I'm not really too worried about it. And that should kind of do this demonstration. So I'm going to recap. Here's what we got again, everybody. Basically a cheap little cooler, or sorry, not cooler, a cheap little sprayer tank that I got, and this one's designed for chemicals. And basically cut off that tube, took a soda pop top. As you can see, I'm connected to my beer line there. And you just pressurize this. In these clear lines, it's really hard to see liquid in there. I'm not seeing any bubbles. Obviously, there shouldn't be. So that's hooked up there. So this is basically, to do this, a line cleaning kit with the pop top. Roughly 20 bucks. So that's quite a bit cheaper than what you can buy the other ones for. This little sprayer seems to work fine. I'm not having any leaks. It's nice to test my faucet too. And I'll just show you that. It's working as it's intended to do. And I suppose if we really wanted to get fancy, I could circulate it. Obviously I couldn't have pressure, but I could circulate it through my drip tank. But I was hoping to keep this out of my drip tank right now. And I know I gotta clean that, but with having that down there like that, I figured I was gonna make a mess. So that's kind of it for this video. So I hope you enjoyed it. So looking at this, to make one of these, what do we need? We need a sprayer. We need some small hose clamps. What else? Tool-wise, you need a pliers to take the sprayer nozzle off. You're gonna need a tin snip or something to cut the hose, and the soda cap pop. That's it. So I wish I remember the YouTuber that did this when I seen it, but I really appreciate it. I think this will work well. I don't know, some guys do the CO2 thing too. I get that. I just don't know what's best at this point. I mean, I know you can push that, and those are closed systems. I know Northern has a little cannonball keg style. My problem was I got 3 taps, and I'm not really quite getting, and somebody might know, the jumper style. I'm assuming that you unscrew your tap lines, and that does the trick with that and cleans your faucets through pushing CO2. But then the problem is, I question, is how do you clean keg lines? Because they show a jumper hooking into these pieces, which is fine. But again, I'm really questioning, how do you clean your keg lines? That cleans your faucet. But I think this system, for what I want to do, since I'm not mass, I think for 20 bucks versus their system, well over 100. For now, we'll try it. But anybody in the comments have any ideas, thoughts on that, please let me know whether that's a better system, why you like it. I do have an external CO2 tank I could use, but I'm gonna get this cleaned up and hooked up, and I'm actually gonna show a short video of us running this thing for the first time. Hopefully it goes well. If it totally explodes on me, I probably won't include it, but there you go. Moving forward with the kegerator build. A little bit of recap too. It's got my Tupperware container, took some 6-pound, 16 pounds Command Velcro strips. I'm not sure how they'll do with the coolness, but if they don't do well, I'll probably just take some high bond glue and glue that, because it's not that big a deal for me. If it doesn't work, I'll scrape it off somehow. But I'm going to try this method for now, so when these get worn out, that'll pull off really easy. But hopefully we have beer here shortly. Got CO2 lines hooked up, you can see that. It's not being chilled yet, but I just kind of want to test this, get a run. It's the first time I built a kegerator, put it together. But I'm going to sign off for now and finish this project, and when you see me next, we'll be doing the tapping of these kegs and see where we got. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe, please share. We're going a little bit on Facebook and YouTube both. More stuff to come, more beer brewing, more barbecue. All right, everybody. Thank you very much for watching. Bye.